What is going on, guys, and welcome to episode 20 of the Crystal Palace career mode, in an episode which has taken a while to get out. It's been about a week since I uploaded an episode of this series, and for that I do apologise, but right now I am extremely busy. In fact, it's probably the most busy I've been since I started university almost 3 years ago now, which is quite scary. Yeah, anyway, this episode is going to be some Premier League games. Start off with a game at home against Hull City, which is a very difficult game. Actually, Hull are a pretty decent team. Like, they don't sound it, but they have some really good players. You know, they've got people like Livermore, Huddleston. They've got a lot of really good players that used to play in the Premier League. I get off to a really bad start in the 37th minute, and I give away a goal very cheaply. I'm trying to clear it from defence, and I allow one of their players to drift in behind, and the keeper cannot smother it. Speroni not doing himself any favours here, and unfortunately it is an open goal, meaning that I am 1-0 down at home against a newly promoted team. Obviously not the exact result that I wanted in this game. However, I was unable to come back from this 1-0 deficit, and I end up losing the game 1-0. Not a great start to the episode, and also not a good thing for us in that poor run of form. Going away to Newcastle, again, difficult game. Newcastle have some extremely skillful players and obviously a lot of talent. You know, they're underachieving in my opinion in the league. They've got themselves Ben Yedder, really quick striker, who just does a job of chipping Speroni, and it is way too easy for them to go 1-0 up. In fact, it's almost ridiculously too easy for them to go 1-0 up here. Unbelievable ball through, completely cut me open. Ben Yedder just chipping Speroni, and I'm giving away a 1-goal lead cheaply once again. My defending was not doing too well in this episode, I gotta tell you. But we do manage to come back in the second half, 83rd minute in, and the ball ends up to substitute Dwight Gale's feet from this shot from Joe Ward, and Gale just picks up the pieces. Great run from Ward, great shot hitting the post, and Gale just giving ourselves a bit of a chance of getting 3 points against Newcastle. We managed to pick up a decent goal here, and a fantastic result to come back from 1-0 down, because Newcastle were really defensive at this point. Unfortunately, from this point on, I wasn't able to go on and get the second goal, meaning we do pick up a point, so 1 point from 6, not great. But then we go into a home game against West Ham United, arguably the most difficult game in this episode. West Ham have some extremely good players, people like Payet and Kouyaté, but in the 11th minute I go through here with Batshuayi, and he just smashes it home. 1-0 lead, the first time this episode we actually take the lead, and it is definitely what we deserved. West Ham, very good team, but I was dominating the ball. I had the most possession, and I felt that I deserved to go 1-0 up, and that I did. Batshuayi obviously picking up his form again, fantastic improvement on last season where he didn't score for 20 games, and then he got his form back at the end of the season, and he's carrying it over to this season. Fantastic finish from him there. Moving into the second half here, Batshuayi is going to cut inside. He's going to cut inside to his left foot. He's going to smash it into the far post. Keeper should be doing better arguably, but Batshuayi is smashing it near post OP and giving us a 2-0 lead against a very good West Ham team, and a result which really would have definitely helped us, seeing as how we lost and drew the first 2 games of this episode against opponents we should really be beating. And West Ham, they did actually play well in the second half. They had a lot more of the ball, but unfortunately I was able to catch them on the counter-attack, and Batshuayi here cutting inside completely outshines the defender and just able to tuck it away into the bottom corner. 20 minutes to go, 3-0 up. I was fairly confident at this point. Batshuayi picking up 2 goals against a very good West Ham team, as I keep saying. They have some very good players, and they have some very strong players. Like, their midfield is really good, their passing is unreal, and I was able to hold them off defensively and get on the counter-attack with the pace of people like Zaha, Sakho and Batshuayi. And of course I do end up winning the game, you know, as you could expect. I ended up winning 3-0, wasn't able to add to it, didn't get much more of a chance actually in that game. West Ham were able to solidify themselves at the back, but they couldn't score. There you are, see Batshuayi picking up a match ball for his hat-trick. Stoke City up next at the Britannia Stadium, a game which I thought was going to be really difficult, turned out to be, well, quite the opposite, as you're about to find out. Right near the end of the first half here, Batshuayi cutting through, he gives it to Dwight Gale, who just smashes it into the top corner, giving Gale a start in this game because of his form. Giroud not picking up the goals which I expected him to, so I decided to play Dwight Gale, and a good decision was made. Sakho running through the defence here, playing Batshuayi at the perfect time. He chips it through to Gale, who just smashes it with his right foot into the roof of the net. Fantastic finish from him, and this angle proves how much of a good finish it actually was. Into the second half here, and Dele Alli picks up the ball from a corner, comes back to him, he runs inside, just smashes it into the net. 2-0 right at the start of the second half. Really, really weird goal to score. I've never been able to run to the defence like that. And all of a sudden, Ali chips the ball in from the corner, comes back to him. It's a great first touch into the edge of the box, cuts inside to his right foot and just smashes it in near post OP once again. Really, near post is ridiculous this year. Like, seriously, again. Another corner here just about 5 minutes later, and Jason Punchin, of all people, is going to get on the end of it. The smallest guy on the pitch manages to win a header. It's a fantastic header as well. I mean, look at the size of him, and he managed to get through the defenders and the goalkeeper. Like, how does he do this from there? There's 3 players around him, one of them being like 6'4" Jack Butland, and he managed to clip it into the bottom corner, and it's a fantastic goal to score, but probably shouldn't have scored it. Poor defending from Stoke there, really running on like them. Saka running inside here, gives the ball in to Batshuayi, gets on the end of the little smothering in the box, and he chips it away for 4-0. We are absolutely dominating this game. Stoke have some really good players, but they're just not performing. Crystal Palace, me, are doing really well all of a sudden, and that is a really good diving header coming away from goal, but it falls to Batshuayi, who puts it away for his about 5th goal of the episode. He is doing really well today, and Dwight Gale's going to make it 5-0, cuts inside, great individual run, and just tucks it away to add to Stoke City's woes. 5-0 the score going into the 90th minute. This is how it stayed. We do win the game 5-0, but Dwight Gale, I really need to start playing this guy more, because if I can get his rating up, he will be an awesome striker. You know, he's picking up goals like this, and he's giving me wins, which is fantastic to see, and I can't wait to get some more playtime with him going forward. We do win the game 5-0, fantastic forward goals from Gale, Ali, Punch and Batshuayi, and a second from Gale. Fast forward, look at the league table, you'll see we're currently in 3rd place, we're doing really well, and hopefully this may continue. We're almost halfway through the second season. Hope you've enjoyed, guys. If you have, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all in another video.